Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on Tanya Innovations. Those who are in Africa, it's some few minutes past 8. Those who are in India, I think it's about 10:30, 10:40 something. We have those who are in UAE, they're about 1 hour ahead of Africa. And our colleagues in the US, it's just morning. Those in the UK, it's afternoon. George Abraham, I know you are live on the show. Please receive our salutations. And I'll start by apologizing for the late start, the technology hic. But we are well to go because the very guests why we are here are live with us here. And I'm sure that with all intent and purpose, we are and we shall be sharing quite a number of important technological innovations in line with nurturing cognitive intelligence. So my name, as usual, is Maganda Evans Tabingwa, the CEO Tanya Innovations, and also the head of Business Live Global Africa. And I'm happy and I welcome you all to this show tonight. If you haven't subscribed to Tanya Innovations Africa, please do so. Like our page. We have quite a number of shows that we have done on a wide spectrum of knowledge. Please get there, listen to these resourceful persons. And we are happy that today we are also bringing another group which is going to give us another share of the knowledge. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me invite our guests tonight to give a small brief introduction, to tell us about their company, to tell us about their professional leaning before we even begin our show tonight. Mr. Shankar, I'll start with you and I welcome you this evening. You are going to speak to the continent of Africa. You are going to speak to our networks in the US, in the UK, and I must say I'm so happy to see you tonight. I also want to thank you with the two powerful ladies whom I know the work that they have done in India, in UAE, and across the globe. Please could you kindly introduce yourself, introduce your company, and introduce your colleagues. Very welcome, Mr. Shankar.
Thank you so much, Maganda. It's a pleasure for us as a company to join this live session. And this is Shankar, an IT professional and a personal transformation coach studied from Bob Proctor's Institute and trained by his top 1% consultants. And I have my colleagues, Ms. Rajshri Anand and Ms. Rukmini Ganapati. These people are from India, I'm from UAE, and you are in Africa, and we have our audiences across the globe. For everyone, greetings. Thanks for joining this call. Well, just to give a brief, it was my pleasure in connecting with you, and I should take the moment in thanking Mr. George Abraham for connecting Tanya Innovations and with ManoGuna. And about ManoGuna, it is we have started as an IT guy. I was just looking out for the personal transformation, and we were just doing some of the other analysis and research, and through which I got connected with Ms. Rajshri Anand, who's a wellness coach and a certified yoga therapist, and she's into genetic profiling as well. And my other colleague, Ms. Rukmini, who's specialized into early childhood education, also from IT background. So we just got connected with a golden thread. We'll be talking about this golden thread.
Okay. So ideally you are on the IT section. So what?
We were in IT.
Okay. So in terms of this cognitive intelligence, what do you do? How does IT come in? Where do you connect it? Or maybe we shall come to that. can we first know the other two ladies, let them introduce themselves and what they do? And since it has just been a Women's Day on March 8th, I am sure the women live on call are very much eager to listen to the great women and the great work they are doing across the continent.
Yeah, Rajni, please.
Thank you. Hey, everyone. Hi, Maganda, and thank you, Tanya Innovation, for giving us a great opportunity to get associated with you today. And thank you for wishing us a happy Women's Day as well. So, Rajeshri, I am from Bangalore, India, and I'm a wellness coach, a holistic wellness coach, certified in the genetic profiling, and a nutritionist in Ayurveda and a yoga therapist, and also now a certified cognitive analyst. And we work to enhance the knowledge, the natural abilities and cognitive abilities of the children. And that's the reason the group of ManoGuna formed with the same vision and mission to strengthen the strength of every child. Over to you, Rukmani.
Wow. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Rajeshri, and thank you, Maganda. Thank you, Tanya Innovations. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. So this is Rukmani. I'm from Bangalore, India. So I started my career as an IT professional into a hardcore development, took a break, and then restarted my career as a freelance web designer. I did a specialization in early childhood education. So the vision for us to start this company, we wanted to assess the mental and natural abilities, identify the uniqueness using our cognitive skill assessment, which is standardized and which is scientifically proven. So this is for the betterment of the citizens of the country and building their self-confidence for a better future.
Okay. Wow. I must say, this is quite an area. Would I be correct to say that it's an emerging area with using now technology in that direction?
Absolutely.
Okay.
This is something where we can connect the place where we were not able to reach earlier.
Okay. So,
yeah.
Our dear listeners and viewers, you can see or you can hear the type of or the caliber of people that we have. And I'm sure that this is quite a new area on the African continent or in so many countries on African continent. I want you to take in interest in the discussion that we are going to have tonight to ensure that you can either benchmark or you could be able to do networking, or these very same technologies that we are talking about, you could liaise with these colleagues that we have to be able to spread these technologies to our schools and many other institutions. Okay, so Mr. Shankar, for how long have you been involved in this work? For how long has your company been in existence? And what products are you serving? I have heard you talking about cognitive skills in children between 3 to 13 years. Then you have that category from 14 to 18. Then you have those ones above 20, I think about 20 years and above. Could you briefly elaborate, or if for particular reasons, allow each one of you to explain these three cognitive products that we're talking about and how technology is used to help to strengthen these cognitive skills?
Yes, Maganda, it's a wonderful question. We will start from the place where how we formed the company and why this name of the company called ManoGuna comes into existence. So in Sanskrit, Mano is mind and Guna is characteristics. And we chose this particular name, we coined this name because we are in the area of understanding the characteristics of the mind, and especially with the cognitive development and nurturing. So when it was getting formed, it is like the saying goes, sell yourself before you sell to others. So I got sold to the product, what I have used for my son. And I would love, the mothers or my colleagues to share their experiences instead of me talking about it. For me, it helped my son to understand his natural abilities and how this focus factor got increased and his decision making abilities got increased. And he's using it for the last 7-8 months as a product per se. And from that time, we thought that it has not only for me, it has to be not for my son alone, it has to be for other children. Similar experience has been shared by Rajashri and Rukmani. Probably Rajashri can give a few words about what was your experience, then we can say how we connected to each other.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Shankar. It all happened during the pandemic when the children were really, bored with the gadgets and they were all online and they were actually missing the real-time fun which they were doing with their friends in the school, meeting people. And when they were really bored, I was like looking for an opportunity where I can help my child identify what she is good at, because it was very important for me to understand how I can get the best out of my daughter. And that's the reason when I was asked to, attempt an assessment for my child, and that it was an eye-opening for me to know that my daughter was a complete naturalistic person because she was an animal lover. And the moment I could identify that's her core, when she was able to get the pets home and pamper them, then I really understood what is her need and where the happiness lies in. And when I was able to satisfy her needs of getting in the pets and pampering them, giving them, nurturing them, she started loving it. And other things of other abilities of her started popping out. And this gave me the confidence, yes, I am doing the right thing for my child, because her cognitive skills were enhanced. And through identifying the learning nature, the style of her learning nature, it helped me to groom her better in whatever way she is. And that's a reason I thought it should be given to other people. Maybe globally we wanted to help people. And I would like to ask Rukmani how she got in, and that's how ManoGuna was formed. Over to you, Rukmani.
Okay,
Thank you so
just
much,
before we go to your
Rajashri.
colleague, that is Rajashri. Sorry, the pronunciation. You would allow me if I make some few mistakes. So, how did you? I'm expecting you to have used technology to be able to identify those gaps, or to identify the strengths, the intelligence strength, which you wanted to strengthen more. So I would just love to know, how did you bring in IT? How are you using technology to be able to identify those strengths?
Shankar, would you take it over?
Yeah. I was just holding for, I couldn't just hear him. Okay. Yes. See, it is more like this. It is something, the child, when they are born, and the 3 to 13 is the place where their cognitive abilities get increased. And so far, there is no tool available in the market to understand and to enhance it. We were searching out for similar tools for our children, and that's what Rukmani was about to connect. So that is the golden thread for us. By that time, we got associated with this product company. We are the service providers, and we got associated with this product company, which is a research-based product company called CRACS. It is Center for Research in Applied Cognitive Sciences. So these people have done 12 plus years of detailed research on how to develop the cognitive abilities by getting to understand their natural ability, and through which they start to give the activities. So it will be the child which will be taking the activities on daily basis, and they can measure the focus factor before they take the activities, and then it will be assessed again after 6 months and 1 year's time how it is getting increased. So that is why the IT played the role of how the activities can bring the children and their development of the cognitive abilities. Identifying the assessment is going to help us out in identifying the natural abilities, and the activities are going to enhance their cognitive abilities. So that's a place where it is all helping. The IT is helping out in connecting it globally. You can say that.
Okay. Let me then listen to your other colleague about her experiences.
Yeah. Yeah, Rukmini,
So
please.
thank you, Shankar. Thank you, Maganda. Thank you, Rajeshri. So I was fortunate to work in a coding platform for a brief period. So where I had an experience of interacting with 1,000+ children. So that's when I realized parents, without validating a child's interest, they put them in classes and ask them to take it. So that gave me a realization that every parent is constantly exploring to groom their child, just that they don't have a scientifically validated tool to validate their child's interest. And that holds good for me too, as being a mother of two teens. So here I would just like to share my own experience. So I tried this tool for my daughter to validate her interest when she was around 11 years. And I got to know she is visually inclined. She's pretty good in drawing and doodling. So based on the recommendation that the tool suggested, I just hired a professional for my daughter to refine her drawing skills. And today, she stands as a brand ambassador of Young Indian Folk Art Australia. So the idea behind, so this was the bottom line. So we wanted, every parent is looking out for something like this, and we just wanted to reach, maximum children, to bring out their best.
Yes, Maganda, after a technical glitch, we got to know, we need to succumb to these technical challenges. That's okay. So that is the advantage of having the internet, and that's the disadvantage of too much of depending on it. That's okay. Yeah.
I agree.
Right. But yeah, so we were talking in terms of how we three got connected. Personally, how it has helped us for my son or for their daughters. And then we wanted to take this product as a service provider across the globe. And we got certified ourselves as the parenting coach. And we became the fellow research associates with the World Cognition Project, which is powered by CRACS. And then we thought that instead of we doing it individually, why can't we start a company and help across the globe? And that's the reason, the golden thread I mentioned to you, which got connected, and now we are ManoGuna as a team. Coming back to the product lines, you exactly touched upon the places in terms of we have product for 3 to 13, and we have product especially for the teens to understand the streams, and we have product for 18 plus or 20 plus for choosing the right candidate for the company. And to give a detailed explanation about each and every product, and we have our expert woman, Ms. Rajeshri, who's my colleague, my business partner. She would be taking you through these individual products and how it is going to help other prospects or the clients from the experiences that we had. Over to you, Rajeshri, please.
Thank you, Shankar. And before even we discuss about the in-depth of the product and services, for the benefit of everybody here, I would like to touch upon the term called cognition and its advantage. Cognition is just nothing but the entire thinking process. And if you want to manage it, you need to measure it. And so far, there is no tool to understand and measure the cognition, which is very important for everyone here. And when we talk about cognition, we have factors which involves your focus, the decision-making ability, the dynamic IQ, the thinking pattern, and the learning pace of every child. In fact, every individual, I would say. Now, when I talk about products, as you clearly mentioned, is that we start from the age of 3 and it is carried through their adulthood. We would like to bifurcate it into 3 different products, that is for the age group of 3 and 13. When this concept came, we thought instead of pitching this assessment tool to a single person, we wanted to cater it to a bigger community, that is the school. So here, we help the primary school to deal with the children of the age group of 3 to 13, where we use a tool called Unlock Data Science to understand the child's natural abilities, cognitive abilities across the school in a single dashboard. The school has the advantage of understanding their students better and help them to identify the strengths and focus on to enhance that. If I can give an analogy, the school can ask the fish to participate in the swimming competition and not to climb the tree. So it's very simple. Just strengthening the strength of the child. We can even work on the areas where the child is really weak, and the school has a greater focus on the exact strength of each child. If the child is good in visuals, then you can really work on their visual skills. If they are good in musical skills, you can really work on that skill. And then you get a wider knowledge about how every child is unique, and there is no child which is left alone saying that it's a weaker child. The second product that we have is something which is very exclusive for this age group called teens, because the age group where a lot of confusion happens when they really work on their career choice, and they're really confused because of the peer pressure or the parental pressure, which helps them not to choose the right stream, which will help them to go into the right career path. So here this tool called a super guide will help the children to do a basic assessment, and this assessment again will give a clear image on their natural abilities and cognitive abilities. And when we are going to work on this skill for a whole year by giving them certain activities to enhance their cognition, the child doesn't move away from the path where it is actually chosen to. But the main major advantages here is where the parents can revalidate the choice made by their children and help the children take the right career for themselves, because losing up the whole of their teens, losing up the whole year of their profession, and then, worrying about not taking the right choice in their life is really a painful task for everybody here. So here we want to make that thing very clear to make the right choice at the right age. Finally, when we really are done with this choosing of the right career, identifying the cognitive ability of every child, there is a time when every individual is focusing on their profession. Is that the career that am I looking for? Is this the place am I going to work in? Or is there any quality that I need to enhance myself? Here comes another beautiful tool called PsycatPro. So choosing the right resource for any organization is as important as choosing the right ingredient for your recipe. We call it as the art of resourcing, and we wanted to help the organization to choose the right candidate and also help the resources on which area they can do better in an alignment with their combination of natural abilities, behavioral traits, and cognitive abilities. Here, what we are doing is a diagnosis for the organization so that they don't waste their time in training the wrong people or giving a training where they really are not required to. If you identify the right weak point of a candidate, you just focus right on to that particular pinpoint and then you work accordingly. So that is how this product is designed. So the tool starts from 3 years, but then in the journey of your life, you try to enhance stage by stage and then end up with the right career and right profession and enjoy your life. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think that is a very well elaborated program. And I must say that we are all excited. I am sure that especially I think the institutions, I don't think it's only for higher learning. It's right from primary level. Yeah, I think up to university,
Yes.
right? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And also in terms of organization, human resource training, I think something of the like.
You
Yes.
choose the right candidate.
Okay, right. Okay. So which organizations or institutions would you think we could pay more focus onto at the moment in relation to your experience? My take is majorly, I would be thinking about institutions of, learning. Yeah, but from your experience, what other category of organization do you think we need to make recommendations for this?
Well, in terms of the product wise, so the first product we wanted to connect with the schools, primary schools, where they deal with the age group between 3 and 13 or till 13, we can support. And individuals or the individual teams who really wanted to align themselves with their natural abilities and their streams, we can support them. And as far as the organizations are concerned, we have experienced with the construction companies and IT companies, and anywhere where the sales and marketing teams are involved, wherever you feel like, then those are the companies where we would be able to help in choosing the right resource, and also for the resource they will be able to align themselves. I am meant for doing this activity better rather than me doing some other activity for whatever reasons.
Okay, great. So thank you so much. I think with what you have explained, it gives us a deep dive into what you are trying to sell to us, or what you're trying, the type of innovation that you are trying to bring on board. I think initially I had confused your technology with these other data analytics. I'm an IT person too, but especially in the area of e-learning. Yeah, so at the university, the university where I work, I've been able to set up projects with the university in the area of e-learning. And I thought this was more or less like the ordinary AI products. So, but I think this is a unique one. I'm very interested in it. I even think that at appropriate time, I might organize you to give a lecture to maybe the students that we are teaching in different types of programs for them to learn this type of innovative projects that you have brought on board. I would certainly want to thank you for this effort to change and make the world a better place. And I am sure that we shall take the drive to help get to other additional audience and also be able to sell the type of product that you have. Of course, through Tanya Innovations and then our business live global Africa platform. Do you have any specific information that you'll want to add on to what you have already submitted from each one of you?
To us, personally, we wanted to connect with the global audience. The reason being, it is for the age group of 3+, simple. So human beings are human beings. And irrespective of the region, we just wanted to connect. And we really wanted to take this moment in thanking Maganda and the team of Maganda, Tanya Innovations, and the BLG team in giving us the opportunity to share our experiences and our products. In the meantime, I would like to give this time for my other business partner, Rukmini Ganapati, to give a closing comments and the remarks, then we can take it up further. Yeah, over to you, Rukmini.
Yeah, thank you, Shankar. So I would like to conclude by saying, don't feed your babies with the same lies that you ate. Unlock their babies to the truth so they never repeat the lies of yesterday. Instill the right knowledge. So we serve for human beings of their region, so anyone who is watching this video can get benefited. Our predominant focus is to help the children and make them a confident citizen. Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
Rashri, you want to add up something for the parenting part?
Of course, when we talk about the cognition, or when we talk about the learning nature of every child here, there is one question that I always keep asking people. The thing is, any country, anywhere in the globe, you will have an education center for you to become an engineer, and there will be a center for you, or a college or a university which makes you as a doctor. But there is a question for you all here. Is there any college to make or become a parent?
Okay.
Yeah, well said, Rajashri. So, conscious parenting is realizing that sometimes your child is older soul than you, and we would want your help in achieving our vision of helping 10 million happy families. So, the support from the new age parents are going to help us transform this world.
Well said, Rukmini.
So I want to really thank all of you, first of all, for sparing time to come to this platform. Internet has helped us to coordinate better. I know that you are going almost into midnight in India, but here we are talking about global issues. We have our colleague Shankar in United Arab Emirates, also maybe 11 or so, I don't know, but we're talking about global issues. I think the beauty about technology and sharing is that it brings out the actual essence of a global village. Like I've already told you, we're ready to bring you on board on Tanya Innovations and Business Live Global to be able to network with other colleagues. We have monthly meetings with our UK partners, which are also virtual. And I think we could be able to give you audience. We can organize to give you audience in such partnerships when we have those events. Once you let us that you're available and you have a very brief presentation, because we usually give individuals 2 minutes to speak about the business. So you just talk about your product, but you should be ready with your LinkedIn, and then those who are interested can be able to share their communication details, and you can have those networks, because I think this is an important thing, and I'm sure that we shall certainly support you. We can be able to talk about those details some other time. I want to thank you so much, and once more, I am sure this is going places. I am in e-learning. I understand what you're talking about. I am a parent. I know what you're talking about. I'm also a leader in my country. And I suppose that I'll bring this conversation to my other colleagues and other leaders to see how this could be taken up. So thank you once more for your time. Lastly, I want to thank our viewers, our listeners, for the patience. The technical hitch, please forgive us. Yeah, but we are going to put together this video to give you a chance to follow the chronological flow of this entire interview. I thank you all. Have a good night and a great morning to all.